Hello everyone and welcome to Spoilers Obviously. I'm your host Joel and with me today my lovely wife Batya.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. Feeling good. Had a nice holiday and had a gin and tonic and recorded another episode with you and I'm actually enjoying myself.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, still on celebrating my birthday.
Also, it's been a wonderful weekend. Has it been a weekend?
No.
It's the middle of the week. Oh Lord.
Yes. Today we are going to talk about She-Hulk episode 5.
And that's why I needed a gin and tonic.
Yeah. So, just like House of the Dragon, we are now going to talk about a wedding.
Yoo-hoo.
Yes, and she does tell us in in the show itself, why are we celebrating a wedding now in the middle of season? Because it's not what it's supposed to be. It's like it's very unusual or whatever. Well, that's because weddings come in a very unusual time. Just like this one. It's like, come on, like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, Jennifer.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, this show.
It's aggravating.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Tell us your thoughts about this show.
The first 10 minutes of the first episode, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I wasn't attached, but I wasn't detached. And then I felt pretty cool with it when we were watching her and Bruce, like when she was like, teach me how to be a Hulk kind of thing. And then it just basically went downhill from there. I was like, not interested after.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as What If, I have to say. I could not suffer What If. That was a special kind of stupid to me. But but either way, I'm not crazy about it, but I get through the episodes,
Yeah. Well, I'm not crazy about this show, and I'm honestly just waiting for Daredevil. That I believe we might see him at the last 2 episodes, maybe in episode 6 or whatever.
Yeah, she said in one of the episodes that this isn't about making cameos or something. She made some joke when they were in the car.
Yes, and out of 5 episodes, we had 3 or 4 cameos. Each episode, we had a cameo except for episode 5 and episode 4.
What's the name of the character from Doctor Strange? The Sorcerer
Wong.
Supreme. Yeah, so Wong is the one that I think that we see the most. Which actually I've enjoyed his cameos. I enjoy having him in the show.
I've enjoyed every episode we have seen in a cameo, but not Jennifer. I don't care for Jennifer.
She's not a bad actress. I think she's a good actress. I'm not crazy about Hulk in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bruce Hulk, much less She-Hulk. So, it's like, whatever.
I don't know. But anyways, she was invited to a wedding, and we have 2 storylines happening over here. So we have the Jennifer storyline, and we have her lawyer, a co-worker storyline.
She's a
Paralegal.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about one storyline, and then we're going to jump to the other storyline. So the first storyline we are going to talk about is Jennifer storyline.
Okay.
So she gets invited to a wedding as a bridesmaid.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time she's actually excited to be as a She-Hulk, because she's going to be all sexy with her hair and all that.
But she was invited as She-Hulk. She was invited as Jennifer.
Exactly.
And she chooses to bring out She-Hulk, which is the bitchiest thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I was Jennifer, why?
But no, when she is the bridesmaid, we actually see, oh, you are the useless bridesmaid. You are go do this, go do that bridesmaid.
Yeah.
You're not the bridesmaid let's celebrate all together bridesmaid.
She's not actually there because anyone cares about her.
Yeah, she's go do our chores.
Yeah.
And that's the
Her
kind
groomsman is a dog. I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Not only that, later on, all the other bridesmaids, the groomsmen got their shirt all wrinkled for playing, video games
Fortnite, yeah.
on the phone.
Yeah.
It's and so you need to go iron the clothes. Okay, myself as someone who plays games on his phone, Yeah, you don't get your shirt wrinkled.
That was exactly what she said. And they're like, no, it's like an Olympic sport now. And like, that was,
It's stupid.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, it's basically, we don't want you here. Go do something else.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the only one who was invited. Titania, her rival, who, can you really call that a rival? It's like, I see you, that's a rivals. It's not like,
Well, Titania's whole mission now is to destroy her.
Yeah.
So
in a very bad way.
qualifies as a...
I guess. But, Titania was invited by a groomsman friend. Something like that. I don't remember.
She weaseled her way into a wedding because she knew
that
somehow.
that Jennifer's going to be at the wedding.
Yeah.
And, Jennifer...
Totally embarrasses herself.
She embarrasses herself, but, all she wants to do is, one, to celebrate with her friend that is not really her friend, but two, she wants other people to know how well she's doing in life, and no one really cares. Mm-hmm. Everyone like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? No one cares how well she's doing in life. And finally, she sits aside, and this nice gentleman comes to her, tries to pick her up. And on the same time, he's being very honest about it and how he, makes his move on her. Mm-hmm. And in the same time, she's drunk. So
because she's not She-Hulk, so she can't.
Exactly. And the name of the episode is Just Jen. So
right. So
then the bride comes and tells Jennifer, "Oh, go do some other chores or whatever." And in the meantime, Jennifer does drink more, and then she needs to throw up. And then when she goes to throw up, the Titania comes and punches her in the face. And and she's like, "Come on, let's fight. It's not fun if you're not the She-Hulk. I want to fight. You don't even want the name. So I told you I'm going to destroy you." Exactly. And Jennifer, it's like, "Nah, I don't want to." And she's like,
Also, she promised she wouldn't turn into Hulk.
Exactly. She promised she won't turn into the Hulk during the wedding. But she said, "You know what? Fine, whatever. Just this once." So she turns into the She-Hulk, and now she's not drunk. They have like a 2-second fight, and once again, Jennifer, or She-Hulk, she wins. But this is on a technicality because Titania slipped and fell and broke her face. So
that part was funny. I did laugh.
So did She-Hulk really win? Because, she didn't break her face. She just slipped because she was with high heels.
I mean, but you could also see in Titania's face that she was feeling defeated and embarrassed. She bit off a bit more than she could chew.
Yeah.
And she was uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Oh great, I've got myself into a situation. What am I gonna do now? So,
Exactly, but yeah. So then afterwards, we go into the night, and we see Jennifer back as Jennifer and not She-Hulk. And the guy that was hitting on her, that was very nice. I have to say, finally, they show us an episode where the guy is not an asshole or, preys on girls or whatever.
Yeah.
This is a nice, genuine guy who, just want to have a date with a girl and want to score, and he's a nice, genuine guy. And also, finally, they show us that girls or women are not sluts. This is, I have to say, the first episode of all the episodes that they show us. Not all women are sluts and not all men are assholes or pigs. But yeah, we see Jennifer and this guy now sitting together in the night, eating chips together. And then we do a zoom out, and we see someone is monitoring them, like on a computer.
Surveilling them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, here I'm going to stop with this storyline and go to the second storyline of this episode. So we're going to round out a bit backwards. So as we said, Jennifer went to the wedding, and now her friend and her colleague are in a lawsuit with someone who wants to...
They take on a new client.
An
immortal.
Yeah. Guy. So we have a guy who he calls himself Immortal. Now my question is, how exactly he is immortal? Now he came to the same lawyer that Jennifer had her coworker.
Who also works in like this superhero division or superhuman division or
Yeah.
something like that.
And he wants to sue for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells us that he is immortal, or his name is immortal. And I'm like, okay, how exactly are you immortal? They never specify this.
He
but
just can't die though. Like he keeps faking his death.
exactly, but if you are immortal, aren't you supposed to be in the Eternals movie, since they can't die as well?
Yeah, but they're a different kind of immortal because they came from outer space. They're aliens. Like
He's probably also an alien. We
maybe
don't know.
He's a demigod. Like who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's probably a mutant, to be more accurate, because we do slowly start to see more mutants.
Yeah, it could be.
So yeah, he comes to do this lawsuit against his ex-wives, and he wants to sue for divorce.
He keeps avoiding conflict.
Exactly, and the two female lawyers are now having this conflict about how he's a bad person, and he can't take it. And what does he do?
Throws himself out the window of like a high-story building.
Let's say 20-story building.
So funny.
And
he's crashing on the car and then running away.
Exactly. So QR code of the day. When he crashes on the car itself, you have a QR code where
really?
you can scan and get a free She-Hulk comic book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, he crashes and he runs away. Then later on, we see that he actually takes on the lawsuit to basically divorce all the wives that he's married to.
Accumulated over the years.
Exactly. And I'm surprised, like, throughout all the years, they're all still alive. Like, how many, like, he tells us, like, oh, this one I was married to 18 years, this one 3 years. And they only tell us 2 women out of, like, what, 10?
One of them has a kid with him.
One of them has a kid. The one that is was married with him to 3 years. But anyways, he says, like, you know what? I don't want to get, like, because there's conflict. How about this? I've invested in stock and have gold and all that stocks. How about I give everyone just 50% of it and we'll call it even. And then Khan's like, oh no, but I was married for you to 18 years. I
deserve more and she deserves less. And
so they now kind of split it in a way that they will agree. And here comes the stupid thing. One of them said, like, one of them got the offer of, you will get a sincere apology in a 20-second eye contact.
Because she broke down what it is that she really wants. She doesn't really want the money, or she doesn't really need the money. But she does really want the apology for having her feel like, you're not a girl. You just don't get it, okay? I thought it was funny. I laughed.
I didn't.
I didn't laugh. I giggled.
Let's be honest. Money's money. If someone offers you money, you will take the money.
No, it's not about taking the money. It's that, okay, the woman who was married like 18 years, and the woman who was married 3 years, they're not going to get the same amount of money, but she should still get some type of compensation. Mm-hmm. So let's say she's going to get like $150 and the other one's going to get like $2,000. But that's not it. Why should she get less compensation? She still was hurt by him. What does she really want? She really wants an apology. Yeah. But he can't do conflict. He keeps killing himself rather than just filing for divorce like he's supposed to. So because of that, she's like, no, I want an apology. I want him to like be sincere about it. And so rather than throwing himself out the window, which he does try to do again, and they're like, sit down, like you have to stay put. They want eye contact with their apology. Like they want it to be sincere. Like own up to your mistake. You fucked up. You're an ass. Like
you know what I want from this guy?
What?
His own TV show, because out of all the characters that we've seen over here, and no, I'm not talking about
Madison.
Fuck Madison. No, I don't want a TV show about Madison. But no, out of all the cameos that we see over here, like those are cameos, so characters we already know.
Yeah.
He is a brand new character. Out of all the new characters that we see in this show, he is the only one. Like, yeah, you know what? I would like to have a comedy TV show about him.
Yeah, actually, he seems pretty interesting as a character. I'm
curious
to see if they're going to do anything with that in the future.
Yeah, like show us like thousands of years of his life.
Yeah.
you know.
How
But
he became immortal.
at some point, the lawyers do come and ask, like, when did you first notice this act of his? And one a woman says, like, oh, it all started with me. I went to this specific site. I don't remember the name of the site. Sorry for that. But I went to this specific site and I saw a video of him where he fakes his death multiple times. She names the name
It's
of
like the equivalent of YouTube.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
She names the site, and one of the, Jennifer's friend, she writes down the name she circles it.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the night, they search the site. They look at all the videos where this guy, fakes his death.
Right.
And in the corner, they see an article about She-Hulk. Now, this is a locked article, which means the only way for you to actually read this article is you need to make a profile.
Yeah.
A membership. So,
But it's like a Reddit kind of style.
I don't know if it's Reddit kind of style. It's more like dark web kind of style.
No, but I mean like the layout. Like it was like a conversation going on. It wasn't like a YouTube video. It was like conversations people were like almost tweeting sort of in a way, but
exactly. So they make a membership, they go into the site, and it's basically death threats to She-Hulk and Jennifer and all that. And her friend says, like, should we like tell Jennifer about this? And the lawyer says, no, she's under a lot of pressure. We should probably hide it from her. Everything will be okay.
It's not that big of a deal. There's no need to worry her.
Exactly.
Which is hella
suspicious. Yeah. The second she said that, I was like, the second she said that, I was like, okay.
She's a part of
it. I have a theory about her. Now, earlier, I think episode 3, we have the guys who try to take Jennifer's blood.
Yeah, they attack her outside her apartment.
Exactly, which I do think one of the guys that did help,
stab her.
That the guy who stabbed her, he is, out of all the 5 guys, he was the only one with a mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention.
So then later on, I think we do see him, like, he's the guy like, oh, what a beautiful specimen you are, like on the speed date that she was going on.
Right.
And then when she was in the lawsuit last episode, we see him testify for her.
Right.
So I think that is the guy. But also in that episode where he testified for her, he was in the office of the lawyer. And he says, like, oh yeah, no, she's my new lawyer.
Yeah.
Which tells me they are a team. She is probably the boss and trying to get the blood of Jennifer.
That's interesting.
Oh my God, I'm literally thinking about all this right now. But at first I was like, it'll probably be the Kingpin from New York. He's the head of mafia from New York.
Don't we see him in
Hawkeye?
Yeah. At the end.
Now, at first I was him, but he's from New York, so maybe not. This show takes place in California, so we need someone else. So I'm thinking maybe this lawyer chick who is actually the boss of this gang who is trying to get her blood, and why she's like, yeah, don't worry about the death threats and forget about it.
Yeah, because it's such a weird answer.
Exactly.
Like, please, death threats? That's a joke.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
It's not. Like, she says it, oh, it's like trolls on the internet. Trolls on the internet, it'll be on YouTube, it'll be on Twitter, it'll be on Facebook. It won't be like, let's open a private site where we need to make a profile that we will troll this person. Like, no, that is death threats.
Yeah.
Trolling, you troll in public. No, that's...
Well, I mean, there's online trolling. It can be
that's what I mean. Like, you troll in public sites.
Right.
This is a public site,
like a forum specifically.
Yeah, for this, but
She-Hulk.
Exactly. But you need, like, it's a private site as well. So, I think she is the actual boss over here, and then because they are searching this at night, her friend then drives home. She calls Jennifer and she tells her about this, and she said, like, oh yeah, she told me not to tell you, but obviously I'm telling you. So, like, yeah. Look out. And then we jump back to the first story where we see Jennifer and the guy eating chips, like I
Yeah.
said earlier.
That's like the same time she's leaving her that voicemail.
Exactly. And then we zoom out and we see like someone is monitoring her on a surveilling her and all that, which I don't know how exactly. But then we see the needle that they stabbed her the first time that broke or bent. And we see them with a bigger needle, more serious
They're in
needle.
a lab somewhere.
They're in a lab somewhere, exactly.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think that belongs to her. For some reason, they're very obsessive of getting her blood. Which is like, if you're that obsessive, why didn't you try to take Bruce's blood? Like, he's also a Hulk.
Yeah, but the chances are that Bruce is going to overpower them much quicker than she would. She's like, she kind of has this like doe-like look to her when she's Jen. Like, she's very easily intimidated and she's just very passive, and she definitely is the opposite persona of She-Hulk, obviously. That's kind of the whole point of it. And so I think that's why they're going after her better than they are of Bruce. Plus, Bruce is always away in like his Mexico home or something,
Yeah.
being Hulk.
Well, speaking about Bruce, we totally forgot. While she was drunk, while Jennifer was drunk in the wedding, she did call Bruce. And she's like, hey, Bruce, what's up? I'm like, where have you gone? I've been trying to contact you. You don't answer. How you been? What's going on? And I was like, obviously he can't answer because he's in space, but at least show us what's going on with him. So
He's in space? Why is he in space?
watch the earlier episodes. You don't remember we see him get in a spaceship and he goes?
Nope.
Okay, so...
That's how uninteresting this show is.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, this episode, we don't have a cameo just like at last episode. And just like last episode, we don't have a after credits. So,
Right.
yeah. Anyways, I do believe we got to the end of our episode for today. I'm your host, Joel, and with me today, my lovely, lovely wife, Batya.
Bye.
We talked about She-Hulk, or Just Jen, episode 5, if I remember right. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. Listen to our podcast anywhere you can listen to.
Podcast.
We are spoilers, obviously, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. Bye.